Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. YouTubers on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Nomboys Post 1975, and here's something you don't see very often. That's right, it's a pickups video from me. Now, it's not a pickups in the wild video because it was all a bit kind of just me going downtown, proper downtown, to the centre of downtown. It was never planned. I was out and about in my car and I just thought, do you know what? I really fancy a McDonald's breakfast, but we'll get to that. So I don't have my spy glasses, and to be perfectly honest, in the current sort of climate and stuff like that, I thought it's probably not best to walk around and film with a phone, because as discreet as you can be doing it, you know, someone might see it, and I don't know, since it's awkward times at the moment, it's sensitive times, you don't know what people are thinking and stuff like that, you know, they might think it's whole part and parcel of this, you know, is he out to see we're wearing face masks and stuff like that, etc, etc, etc. So I thought no, but I wanted to share it with you because I got some really cool stuff. Now also, just want to say, whatever you think about, you know, the coup and what's going on right now and everything and stuff like that, this is a pickups video, so I don't care, don't stick anything down below. I'm just telling you why I went downtown and, you know, the things I saw and why it was interesting. Anyway, I had a KFC the other day and it was absolutely lovely and delicious. It was my first KFC in 3 months. Now, I really want a McDonald's breakfast because I don't live on junk food, you know, contrary to my Facebook statuses, because you see what I want you to see on there. But I miss McDonald's breakfasts because it was always my reward on a Sunday morning for working a Saturday night. So, because I can't go in the one that's right on my doorstep because I'm lazy and I haven't changed the fuse in my car that lets me drop the window down, and you're not allowed to get out your car apparently on penance of death, I thought, oh well, I know, I'll go downtown. There's a reason for that. I'll go downtown to the city centre, and not just because I haven't been there since lockdown ended and, you know, they started firing up, you know, the economy and getting shops to open again and stuff like that, but because I wanted to see, you know, what was open, wanted a McDonald's, and also I was curious because right on my doorstep, Bedminster, East Street, stuff like that, there's like 8, 9, 10 charity shops, and since, you know, that Monday, and then since then, you know, July 4th, you know, when pubs could open, stuff like that, and then since then hairdressers and things, still only 2 charity shops open. That's it. All the phone shops are open that you would expect, and CEX is open because, let's be honest, it could be Armageddon and CEX would still be open. They'd be overcharging considerably the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, but they'd be open. So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to go to the city centre, I'm going to go to Cabot Circus. So I drove there, I parked in Trenchard Street. Don't worry, I'll get to the point, because it's the cheapest place to park in Bristol. It's next to the O2, which used to be the Cannon Cinema, which is where I saw so many films when I was a kid. So yeah, I walked to the city centre, and the first place I went to, out of curiosity, was not McDonald's. It was the Galleries, the first mall in Bristol, and you thought there was nothing in it when it opened, you know, in the 90s. I don't know what I was expecting, but pretty much the only places in it that were open was sort of like the little eateries, places like Greg's, or the equivalent of Greg's, that do sausage rolls and stuff like that. All the independent stores, such as, you know, the game shops, the toy shops, you know, hobby shops, collectibles, things like that, they're all closed. It's almost like, why are you open? And then that started becoming sort of a theme. I noticed that, again, the only places that are open were phone shops, bistros, cafes, coffee bars, which you expect, and they've taken a hammer in, so, you know, go and support your independent little coffee bars, bistros and cafes and stuff like that. But everything else, it was like 1/4 of stuff was open and the rest wasn't. It's a bit weird. I don't know what I was expecting. Anyway, so then I went into McDonald's. I have to say their system for getting in and out was absolutely fantastic. Took my because I've been missing this, took my cheesy bacon flatbread, hash brown and large Diet Coke up to Castle Green, because it's a really nice place. It was really hot, really hot. Sat there, you know, on the grounds of the still demolished castle. For those of you who don't know anything about it, it was bombed in World War II and never restored. You know, looked at at the docks and stuff like that. And it was thoroughly nice, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, so much did I enjoy it. Here's a picture. Then I walked around, you know, again noticed that all the sort of little small independent stores were closed. CX, once again, was open. There was absolutely nothing in there, but opposite CX is a British Heart Foundation. Now, normally British Heart Foundation charity shops are tiny little charity shops which just sell the usual gubbins: shoes, clothes, toys, DVDs, games, knickknacks, ornaments, stuff like that. And then there's another one, because you're not allowed to sell electrical goods in certain charity shops, are you? Because they have to be pack tested. And then there's another, you know, bigger sort of strain, I don't know, branches, I should say, of British Heart Foundation that sell, you know, furniture, beds, couches, refrigerators, freezers, you know, all kinds of electrical goods and stuff like that. Well, this one is a combined one. And it's huge, and it's kind of on 2 stories. And so I thought, well, there's nowhere else open. I do enjoy a charity shop. I thought I'd have a look in there, and so I went in and I had a look, and I'm very happy I did, because I didn't pick up any games in there whatsoever. I picked up clothes and some books. I know, me and books, but that'll make sense. So the first thing I saw in there on the shelves was they had, actually we'll do the t-shirts first. We'll do t-shirts. You know me, I do like a charity shop bargain. This one just tickled my fancy because it's the raccoons. Who remembers the raccoons? It was a tad pricey. It was $4.99. I'm guessing that's because it's premium rental, you know, in downtown Bristol and stuff like that. But then I picked up this one, which is brand new and was also $4.99. So maybe that's their prices. But saucy little Back to the Future shirt. Yes, I own this in various different sort of formats, this actual design and colours and stuff like that. But you can never have too many Back to the Future shirts. And it's still new. Not that one, that one. So that's kind of cool. Plus I really like the fact that it's on a lighter colour as opposed to all the ones that I got dark. So I was feeling pretty happy about that. Then I looked at the books, and they had a whole chunk of video game guides and strategy guides and things like that. Now, if these are well produced, I'll often buy them for games I don't even own, because they can be brilliant, beautiful books to look at when it comes to artwork and stuff like that. And there are a whole bunch of ones there from games I didn't own that, to be fair, weren't beautiful looking books. So I didn't, but I own this game, and I'm only 1/3 way through it, and it's an old game, I know, but I was late to the party. And yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 strategy guide. It's a looker. It's an absolute looker. This is not doing it justice in any way or form whatsoever. Plus also, quite useful. I don't normally use strategy guides, but there is so much going on in that game. It's 15 quid now, people. Seriously, you need to pick it up. Don't be as late to the party as I was. You'll be later now. It's a phenomenal game. But yeah, so this is like everything, absolutely everything. I was going to say it smells wonderful. It does. It smells new. Yeah, and it was 3 quid. I thought, oh hell yes, because A, it's going to be extremely useful, and it's a really nice book. It really is. And then the other thing that's left of these was, let me give you a little bit of history. Anyone who knows me knows I absolutely love and adore the comic book 2000 AD, a weekly British sci-fi comic that started in 1978, and it's the birth of Judge Dredd, although, you know, he didn't show up till the 2nd issue. Now, it had a companion comic which was called Star-Lord, I think, Star-Lord, that ran for about a year and was cancelled, but its main headlining character was someone called Johnny Alpha from Strontium Dogs, or Search and Destroy Agency. So basically it was gritty 70s Britain's version of X-Men, but these weren't like all class A looking models with cool powers. These were butt ugly, dirty, gritty people in a horrible, nasty future. You know, people with their heads on backwards, sewing out a butt for a head. I mean, seriously. There's all kinds of horrifically disfigured people, but with unique abilities. Now, it was because there was it nuclear wars? I'm a little bit out of you know, touch on 2000 AD, because I started reading it in Progue. It's called Progues, not issues 500, and still read it now. So the books I got will be the parts I didn't read. with strontium dogs. But yeah, so there was a war in the future or something like that, and this radiation caused by strontium, you know, caused a whole bunch of mutants, one being Johnny Alva, whose dad was a priest and hid him, and there were big massive fights between them and the Norms, and they won the right because they couldn't, they had to go and live in a certain place or something, but eventually they could only operate as bounty hunters for the search and destroy agency that existed on a big orbital space station above the Earth, taking bounties on the world's galaxies, universes, often time travel was involved, most dangerous shitbags. And I absolutely loved it when it was in 2000 AD, but I never started reading it from the start. And I saw this, Strontium Dogs Search and Destroy Agency Files #1. These are a series of books that cover all of 2000 AD's characters, though I'm guessing some of this is going to be Star-Lord. And I've got ones on Rogue Trooper, I've got ones on Judge Dredd. It's a great way to start at the beginning of these characters' stories and creations and just go right the way through, because there's loads of them. They're like, I don't know, $12.99, $9.99? They're not massively expensive, you know. They're really, really nice. It's got amazing artwork by Carlos Esquerra. I think that's how you pronounce it. But just look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's dark, gritty. There's also a lot of humour, not just with the way that they depict some of the more interesting mutations, but it is absolutely fantastic. Rumour is there will eventually be a movie. Until then, don't dick around and make it PG-13, make it an R118. Till then, there is a fan movie on YouTube. Just type in Strontium Dog fan movie. Because, yeah, Strontium Dogs is what their nickname is, because strontium is the radiation that disfigured them, you know, when they were in the womb or whatever. And Search and Destroy Agency is the, you know, the agency they work for, so their nickname Strontium Dogs, or Stronts. And oh yeah, and Johnny Alpha's mutant ability is he can see through walls, he can see an X-ray, he can see into your soul and stuff like that. And he got all kinds of amazing weapons and stuff like that, various cartridge sizes, various beams, time bombs where you throw it at someone and it will run back time 3 seconds to give you an extra chance to shoot them. Cannot do it justice enough. When I saw this, I was all over it, because it was £3. It seems to be their pricing guide. £3. I can live with that. So, and then imagine how happy I was when I saw Strontium Dog Search Destroy Agency Files 2. Now, I don't think, look at the back, it says the progs it starts from, or what year it starts from. It should say somewhere, surely, covering issues from, I don't know, but look at it. It's probably in 2000 AD. Well, it's in 2000 AD at this point. It was probably in 2000 AD at the end of the, or halfway through the other book, but fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Honestly, to read Strontium Dog stories that I have not read before is going to be utterly mind-blowing. And also, boring random fact, unlike your Marvels and your DCs, when 2000 AD killed off, sorry, spoilers, when 2000 AD killed off Johnny Alpha in the 90s, he stayed dead. He stayed dead, at least in the main sort of, you know, when they brought back Strontium Dog strips. In current Strontium Dog time, he was dead. Every now and then they might do a story that was set in his past. Very infrequent, and maybe a crossover with Dredd. But for the main point, in canon, Johnny Alpha is dead. They once went to hell because they heard that his soul was trapped there to try and get him back, because, again, spoilers, he sacrificed himself to get them off this planet when they tried to flush all the mutants out of the universe into another planet or dimension or something like that. So he sacrificed himself after he lost his eyes, and so he wound up in hell. So they went there to get him back, and basically turned out it wasn't his body, it was a body of just flesh created by hell, plugged into the walls of hell so he could suffer perpetual agony for eternity. So they did what any good person would do. They blew it up. But yeah, honestly, I haven't read Strontium Dog in a couple of years, so I was very, very, very excited. So like, I'm £6 deep at this point in these books. And then finally, they didn't have the third one. They probably did, but someone bought it out of sequence. The last one they had was book 4, but this is the point. This is where you got Durham Red, who became his partner for a bit. He was a vampire, but it was a mutation sort of vampire. It wasn't like supernatural, so, you know, holy water, daylight, stuff like that didn't kill her. She just had to feed on blood, and she was friggin' awesome. And this, because I recognise the people on the back, and the fact that it's Durham Red, and I've looked through this, let's see if I can find a picture. We've got up to the point, oh, we've got way, way up to the point where they changed artists. But, oh, I'm really excited about this. Yeah, this is where I'm regularly reading 2000 AD, so this is going to be a massive nostalgic blast. Yeah, regularly reading 2000 AD at this point. So yeah, I've read this, but I've read it years and years and years ago. Where is it? Because in one of these stories, and this is in the 80s, so he was the then president, they had a mission where, I don't know if he got sucked through time or something. Come on, where is it? It's in it somewhere, I've seen it. There we go. Yeah, they had a mission where they had to bodyguard in the future, like he was out of place at a time, Ronald Reagan. How cool is that? And I think Durham Red actually tried to drink his blood or something. Don't worry, it doesn't turn into a vampire. Although a vampiric Ronald Reagan would have been friggin' awesome. So yeah, very, very happy about that. It's not something I normally pick up on these sort of pick-up travels and stuff like that, out and about in the wild. But anyone knows me knows I love comic books, and I love me some 2000 AD. Now, yesterday I was in Bedminster, that place where I said they only have 2 charity shops that are open, and one of them was Scope, and I saw this for a tenner. Pandora's Tower. I know of it from back in the day. I don't know how popular it was. I don't know if they made massive amounts of it, because it seems to go for around about 30 quid. And the black box, I guess, is the one that was like a special edition box with other stuff, and this is all that remains. But it's complete. It's even got an unredeemed card, which is kind of irrelevant, and 2 instruction manuals that are both in English. Yeah, and I paid a tenner. Now, I think it's got, when I saw the controls that you can use pads and stuff like that, and I was sold. So as far as I can tell, there's 13 towers of evil beasts, and you have to go into each tower and destroy the beast, because that's how you stop your curse. And so I had a quick read when I saw it there, because I remember people speaking really highly of it back in the day. I had a quick read on my phone and saw some reviews, and apparently it's got light RPG elements, really good graphics, and it's got a story that doesn't overcomplicate or overcrowd itself with different characters, so you can keep up with. Because I don't do complicated stories. I may have way back in the day with the Final Fantasies and stuff like that, but now when it comes to games, I'm a simple man with simple needs. Point, click, bang, you're dead. So this is a cut above that, so that's going to be really quite interesting. If it's rubbish, don't let me know down below. I don't want to know. I want to live in ignorance, bliss, ignorance. But if it is good, by all means, tell me. So yeah, know of it, heard good things about it. Never for some reason got round to it back in the day, because I was all about getting the more unique Wii titles, because I love the system. And yeah, I thought I'll have me some of that for a tenner. So 2 more video game things. 2 more video game things. I'm just checking the time, because small memory cards. Now I picked this up. I have a Japanese copy of it when it came out, which renders it unplayable, and I had an English copy of it back in the day that I got about 3/4 of the way through. Don't really have to explain Monster Hunter. You know what it is. It's a grinder, RPG-esque elements, killing monsters, upgrading weapons, armor, stuff like that. I remember this caused a massive fuss back in the day, because all the PlayStation people were getting all pissed off, because it was a franchise that Capcom had been putting out on their systems at that point, PSPs and PlayStation 2. So everyone expected this to come out, or the next one to come out, on the PlayStation 3, and it didn't. And in the forums and online and in videos and stuff, like, everyone was losing their shit, saying, why is it getting an underpowered, you know, version that's going to look pants on a kid's console? And then they saw the rolling trailers and demos and stuff like that, and it looked phenomenal. And it still looks phenomenal. So I imported it back in the day just out of curiosity, because it was only about 25 quid on import in what, 2007, 2008, something around then, and it blew me away. Absolutely, completely unplayable. I've still got it because it's just nice in its Japanese form. But when I did get the UK one, amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, not everyone's cup of tea. Not the sort of game that was my cup of tea up till that point, but fantastic, and it looks amazing. So I saw this. It was £1.99 in the same charity shop as was the next thing, which is why I bought it, and that's this. I don't think they knew what it was. It's a Wii to HDMI. So basically, stick it in the back of your Wii. I haven't tried it yet. I've still got the receipt though. And it pumps out HDMI, hence that. Not sure what that is. That can't be power, surely. Because if it is, possibly, I'm shit out of luck. By all means, tell me if it is, and I'll take it back. But even stuff like this, they have to pack test. But then having said that, this was a couple of quid, and I honestly don't think they know what it was. I think they may have thought it was like an internet wireless dongle or something like that. And I'm not an expert. Surely, though, HDMI for a Wii, you know, goes for more than a couple of quid. Now, before anyone says it, yes, I have a Wii U. Yes, you can run Wii games, and mine's hacked, and you can run GameCube games on it. in HDMI. Yes, but I don't always feel like setting it up. And second of all, my Wii is the one that's loaded with homebrew, absolutely loaded with homebrew. The homebrew channel, various emulators, MAME, Mega Drive, SNES, everything on it. So I thought it deserved its chance in the sun. Thought it deserved its chance in the sun. So I got that. Again, haven't tried it yet. But quite looking forward to possibly, if it works, then just, you know, HDMI on my Wii. Again, I know I've got a Wii U, but that's not what it's about. And this, finally, was something I ordered from Amazon at the start of the year. Pre-ordered initially, and for various, I'm really not getting on with Amazon Prime at the moment, seriously. Send my parcel to other people's houses, then tell me they've dropped them off and things like that, screwing up my refunds, having to fight tooth and nail just to get credit and stuff like that back. I don't know if I'm starting to think if it's not worth it, and then I discovered Amazon Music the other day, which is a godsend at work. But I finally got my copy of Guru Larry's Fact Hunt, so really looking forward to this. Yeah, they kept cancelling it, and then I kept reordering it, and then my card wasn't good enough, even though there's nothing wrong with my card. Granted, some of that might be down to the credit card company, then debit card, then this and then this. And wait, now we don't have any in stock. We'll let you know when it comes back in stock. It's back in stock. Can I have one? No, we don't have it in stock anymore. It's like, oh, Amazon. So yeah, eventually I have it. It came today. Better late than never. So it's, you know, it's Guru Larry. Interesting stories about video games, you know. And yeah, I can't wait. I think it's safe to say I've got quite a lot of reading to do at the moment. So I'll get me some bookmarks and I'm going to jump in and out. So pickups. Not in the wild. Well, they were in the wild, but I couldn't show you any of them in the wild, as I said. But it just came out the fact that I was just curious about what exactly is open now, and where exactly can I shop for the things I like to shop for. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think about any of these things here, and also what's it like in your neck of the woods? How quickly are things opening up, or is it still a little bit hit and miss? And when things get a little bit more back, I'll learn to talk better and back to normal, then I will probably start breaking out the spyglasses again and get some proper in the wild footage. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.